Curaçao kick off their Gold Cup campaign up against El Salvador. Can the Dutch-inspired boys get off to the best possible start, or will they take a bit of a shock defeat? We're going to look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look at the Gold Cup, and it's Curaçao's time to kick off their tournament. Standing in the way is El Salvador, hoping also to get off to the best possible start. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe. You want some shot for Blackburn Rovers, Gold Cup, World Football. We're going to all here under one Ruski. That's right, Curaçao are one of those on the outside. They're looking on here, potentially going to cause some problems and squeak into that quarter-final berth. But El Salvador also ain't no slouches. What am I talking about? Well, I'll tell you in a second. Big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. But let's get into it then. Curaçao, El Salvador. Let's take a look at how we got to this point, of course, and how we got into the tournament. Curaçao qualified as CONCACAF Nations League B, Group B winners, securing the spot back on 18th of November 2024. They've been here 3 times in the current rendition, 7 times in the old school version. Last time around was back in 2019, so it's been a while since we had them in this tournament, where they made it to the quarterfinals. Third place, though, back in 60s in the 63 and 69 edition, and they've ranked 90th in the world according to FIFA. My expectation, unfortunately, I might have jumped the gun here, but I did expect, and kind of at the moment still do expect, that they will get out at the group stages. Why? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. This is, of course, the roster of some personnel that could be involved for Curaçao. Again, these squad snapshots were taken during the International World Cup qualifying break, so it might be completely different. But anyway, Elroy Room between the sticks, like Tyrick Bodak as well. Into the defensive ranks, we've got Leandro Bacuna, we have Cuco Martina, Judith Carolina as well. And into midfield, we got Junior Bacuna, we got Brandy Cuas, Kenji Gore, and then up top, like some Jürgen Lakeda, Ravio Rosario, and Joshua Zimmerman as well. This is a lineup we could see for Curaçao, with like some room between the sticks. Florenus, Vanijiva, Kakar, Agari, Brenier, Bacuna, Margarita, Gore, Comencia, the other Bacuna, and Castagna up top. This is their resume. Of course, they did take on Haiti in the old World Cup qualifiers there. Now it's all about the Gold Cup, with Curaçao taking on El Salvador right here, right now, on June the 17th. Then it's Canada, and then it's Honduras, who ain't no slouches, guys. That's on June 24th in Group B. Now, it's Canada and one other. And, of course, this match could be a decisive factor of who will be in that top 2 alongside Canada. And Honduras probably are in the driving seat at the moment. But again, it could change very, very soon. Standing in the way, though, for this match for Curaçao is El Salvador. They're coming at you as CONCACAF Nations League B Group A winners. They secured their spot back in the 17th of November 2024. They've been here 14 times in the current rendition of the Gold Cup, 20 times in the old school as well. The last was back in 2023, but they never, in this current rendition, been past the quarterfinals, where they were multiple times: 02, 03, 11, 13, 17, and 2021. But they were runners-up back in the early days, back in the 60s, 1963, and 1981. They're currently ranked 81st in the world according to FIFA. My expectation before we kicked the ball was also group stage exit, but this match will go far to determine, to see, well, who goes where. Let's take a look at the squad then for El Salvador. Alexis Thomas Romero, Mario Gonzalez compete for the number 1 jersey, Alex Roldan, Brian Tamacas, Diego Flores as well. Moving forward, the likes of Maya Gil, Harold Osario, Nelson Blanco, and up top, like Nathan Odats, Bayan Gil, Rafael Tejeda, amongst others. This is a lineup we could see for El Salvador, like some Gonzalez, Climaco, Clavel, Cibrian, Blanco, Martinez, Cotanga, Tamacas, Henriquez, Tejeda, and Castillo for El Salvador. This is their lineup coming at you, their resume. Curaçao, first and foremost, June 17th, must win that game, and realistically to get themselves in a position to challenge Honduras next, though, in a battle of the flags. They just look all the same, don't they? And Guatemala in the mixer of that as well. On the 21st of June, then it's Canada on the 24th of June. Group B is the sort of house for this. And again, like I said, Canada definitely in command for this match. Coming at you at the PayPal Park, Curaçao under Dick Advocat. They've won 5 on the spin, 92% form for them right now. Up against El Salvador under Emilio Gomez there. Just 1 win in the last 5 on 58% form. However, the record between these two sides, 4 times they played in 2015, 4 wins out of 4 for El Salvador, and they've yet to concede a goal against them, picking up 1.25 goals a game on average. But Curaçao are unbeaten in the last 7. What has their opposition been like? Etc., etc. Coming into this, I did drop a poll. 62 of you have voted. It is still early days on this. Still very early. Curaçao just 27% of the votes. 66% have gone with El Salvador. The draw is at 6. Curaçao with the bookies 21-10. 13-10 is your El Salvador. 11-5 is the draw. This is the Gold Cup here, guys. Curaçao like to cause problems, like to cause some headaches. And ultimately, yes, the bookies and the public votes seem to be going in favour of El Salvador. The bookies are going one way, the public votes going the same way. For me, though, I'm not going to rule out Curaçao. I think they are definitely a tricky unit, especially in this competition. They take it seriously. They want to go far. They want to get their name on the map. And especially with Dick Advocat in control there. He's definitely a tactical manager that's going to get something out of this result. I'm going to sit on the fence, though, with a 1-1 draw, which, again, early doors, it kind of puts or cements my expectation that both of these sides could get eliminated in the quarterfinal stages or the group stages, because this one is one of those that you've got to win. So I'm going to go with a draw, which kind of defeats any hopes and dreams. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get a winner. Hopefully somebody puts themselves in a good spot to get into the group stages and beyond. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Look forward to this and more. Until then, we're done.